Hello there, boys and girls, my wee friends in the YouTube Pipe community. It's about you, bye. Sending out a message to my friend Nova Piper. You're asking for some wee tales about what we've experienced out there in the great wee seas. Let me tell you about my story. Oh, the seas, they were angry that day. I had left me home in the east coast and gone inside land there to away, off to Ontario. I had heard there was jobs, doctoring jobs and lawyering jobs, jobs for you and me, I was told. But I went down to Yonge Street and there was nothing there for me. So I looked out to that great sea there, Lake Ontario, boy, and I said I could get me some fish out there. So I got me a job on a fishing boat out there, boy. Well, as I tell you, son, the seas, they were angry that day. We were out there in our Boston whaler, and we had the front down so we could push off the sleds and lay out our nets there to catch our prey. But I tell you, the seas, they were angry. Oh, she was an evil bitch that day. I tell you, the seas, they were 10 feet tall if they were an inch. I was out there in the front of the boat, and the bows there, they could go down so we could push our nets out there with the sled. And we were dragging our sled out there, and we were catching the great beast. But I'm out there on the bow, and we bring in the sled, and we catch our prey. But the sea, she said no. It was cold as a witch's tit that day. And I tell yous, boy, the sea, they threw us up, and they threw us down. And they threw us up, and they threw us down. And finally the bow gave way, and the cables, they snapped on that front. And I was out there on the bow, and luckily, boy, there I had one hand for me and one for the ship. And I held myself as those cables snapped, and the bow dropped way under me feet. And the sea, she tried to pull me down that day, but I said no. I wrestled myself back from her icy, evil claws, and I got myself back up onto the boat. And we fought that girl. I tell you, she wanted to take us down to her depths. But we got that bow back up and locked her into place. And I laughed in her evil, icy stare. You not got me today there, girl. That's my story. Out there on the bed. Out there on the boat. So Nova Piper, you watch yourself out there and take care of yourself. My family back home in Ireland, they know what it means to wrestle the sea. And they came here, and we know what it means as good Canadian kids to fight off the evil claws of the wench out there at the sea when she tries to pull you down. But we stand up there and we say no. So to the boys out there who have gone down, we remember you. And you take care there, wee girl. And Nova Piper, you take care. That was the day that I went to sea.